This monster roamed the Pokemon world not only as an apex predator, but as a king, as a ruler to the Pokemon that lived alongside it. With its sheer power, ferocious nature, and intimidating presence, any living creature would tremble at the mere sight of it. This ancient Pokemon is the embodiment of dominance and power, explaining why it was the ruler of the prehistoric world. Welcome, Tyrantrum. While it is a fact that Tyrantrum is the despot Pokemon, the true ruler of the prehistoric world was actually Tyrant, the pre-evolution. Tyrantrum would cater to all the needs of Tyrant, feeding it, bathing it, lulling it to sleep, providing all of its needs. Tyrantrum would do everything. So it's been found that if a tyrant was orphaned, it didn't survive very long because it was so reliant on its parents. Trainers who own Tyrant will run into issues raising it because it throws tantrums if any small thing is out of place, if any small infraction is committed. That means if you feed it a slightly wrong dish or food that it doesn't like, it will bring down the house literally. Due to this entitlement, it often struggles with getting along with other Pokemon, and it often will even injure Pokemon, even if they're sort of roughhousing. It bullies and picks on weaker and smaller Pokemon. Tyrant sports an incredibly strong bite, it has really strong jaw muscles, but these heavy bones make Tyrant's head very heavy, so that's why it holds its head low to the ground while it's walking around. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this a prehistoric mon? It lived 100 million years ago. How can there be trainers? How can anyone have this Pokemon? Well, as I'm sure you're all aware, you can revive a Tyrant from a fossil by bringing it to a research facility. Once Tyrant is obtained, and with enough nurturing and training, it will evolve in Tyrantrum only during the day at level 39. Now, Tyrantrum is seen as a symbol of power and strength. Its presence commands respect. But how about its actual combat power? It sports an amazing attack stat and defensive stat, allowing it to be a bruiser in battle. Throw a choice scarf on it, or maybe use Dragon Dance or Rock Polish, and it can outspeed and hit really hard. And it uses attacks such as Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Crunch, or Stone Edge if you're able to land it. You can even couple its ability to learn a variety of biting moves with its ability of Strong Jaw, which strengthens all biting type moves by 50%. This is the reason Tyrantrum was considered to be invincible in prehistoric times. Its bite can tear through anything. It can crush through cars without skipping a beat. Now, it is important to mention that making use of Tyrantrum's strong jaw is not the best course of action when it comes to battles. Its hidden ability, Rockhead, which grants immunity to all recoil damage, would actually be way better because that means it can abuse the move Head Smash, which is an incredibly strong rock type move that will deal a lot of recoil damage. But with Rockhead ability, you don't have that recoil damage. However, that ability and Tyrantrum itself are not available in the current Scarlet and Violet generation. Tyrantrum sports a really cool typing, and that's a dragon rock typing, and it is actually the only Pokemon alongside Tyrant to have this specific typing. Now, keep in mind that it does mean it is susceptible to a variety of very common moves, such as fighting type moves, steel types, fairy types, ground types. So that means competitively, it is susceptible and is outclassed by other Pokemon, such as Tyranitar. Now, while the general appearance of Tyrantrum is obviously based on the Tyrannosaurus Rex, there are some cool nuances to point out. First, when you look at Tyrantrum, what do you think of? Just look, and what do you think of? I'll give you a second. It's pretty clear that it looks like an old king. It has a white beard, a golden crown, a red robe that's opened in the front, and then a high collar in the back. And now that large and elaborate crest that's well known for all Tyrantrum and on its head, it's believed to have played a role in intimidating adversaries. So obviously the bigger the crest, the more intimidating you are, but it's also used to attract mates. Yes, it does have teeny tiny arms like this, but that's for good reason. Because it has such a strong bite and these jaw muscles are so heavy, if it had big, heavy arms as well, it would become top heavy and then just topple over. So it doesn't necessarily need to have big, strong arms like Sam Sulek. It has enough of an arm to function, and it could also use strong moves like Dragon Claw still. So they are functioning, capable arms, even though they're not the biggest. Now, some Pokédex entries also mention that the original form of Tyrantrum has feathers. Now, this would make sense as one of the primary inspirations of it is the Utyrannus huali. I believe I'm saying that right. But this is an early tyrannosaur from China, and it's actually the largest known dinosaur to have feathers. Now, it also shares some characteristics such as the facial crests with members of the Craniosauria clad, and also the crest can be similar to the Cryolosaurus. I believe that's how you say it. But it's pretty cool how it pulls inspiration from various dinosaurs. Now, the name Tyrantrum obviously is derived from Tyrannosaurus and tantrum, but if we take into account this king motif it has going on, it's also very, very likely that its name is derived from tyrant. And that is Tyrantrum. With its regal inspiration, powerful attacks, cool design, it's no wonder that it ranks high as a Pokemon favorite. Let me know your thoughts on Tyrantrum. Let me know if you learned anything new. And as always, please comment down below who you want me to do next. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, check out some of our other Pokemon lore and opening videos, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.